In this short video, we are going to look at the first two steps in the 6-step hypothesis testing, and specifically how we know to choose the two-sample t-test. There are two options, two-sample dependent t-test and two-sample independent t-test. The first example we are going to use is from the notes about whether the mean tip percentages are different for servers who put a happy face on their ticket or not. Step 1 is to write our research question. Is there sufficient evidence to indicate that the servers that put a happy face on a ticket get a different mean tip percentage than those who don't? Before doing step 2 of the hypothesis test, we need to determine which test to use. Since this situation has two variables, one quantitative and one qualitative, the percent of tip left is quantitative, the qualitative is happy face or not, we use the two-sample t-test. In this example, since the ticket is in one group, happy face or not, and cannot be in both, we use the independent t-test. Step 2 is to write our null hypothesis. There is no difference in the mean tip percentage for both groups, and our alternative hypothesis, that there is a difference in tip percentage for both groups. Because the groups happy face, no happy face are independent, we need to have two separate means, two mu's. Thus, our completed step 2 includes identifying that we'll be using the two-sample independent t-test. In our second example, we will look at a two-sample t-test that is dependent. The research question we are looking at in step 1 is there sufficient evidence to indicate there is a difference between gathering the mean resting heart rate by sitting or standing? In this example, we still have one quantitative variable, the heart rate, and one qualitative variable, resting or standing position. We use a two-sample t-test. However, since the heart rate has been collected from the same person twice, first standing then sitting, or first sitting then standing, we will use the dependent t-test. Step 2 is to write our null hypothesis, that there is no mean difference between the sitting and standing heart rates, and our alternative hypothesis, that there is a mean difference between sitting and standing heart rates. Because the groups sitting or standing can be compared using the same subjects twice, this is a two-sample dependent t-test. One symbol of the mean, mu difference, is used in this test.